Hey, here's the boys here. I'm on a one's doing today. As for me, I'm feeling really curious. Also exhausted for the past week, but that's work, you know. So please excuse any of my lack of speech speed and eye contact, and maybe depending on how I speak and I feel about it, a number of jump cuts than I usually do, um, and all that sort of stuff. So, uh, news. There's been multiple fans who are speaking out about information laying out stuff that has been public, and their distaste for Kometa. And distaste is putting things a little bit lightly for some. I know someone who's a bit more upfront about how much they dislike how things are right now. And some people I found out are learning a lot of things for the first time, which I don't blame them. Ignorance is bliss sometimes, and I was there. I was there for sure. So another thing was I'm seeing compilations of information on Gira and Kometa staff specifically. People who work there. So none of the talents at least, because I don't think anyone dislikes the talents. I mean, maybe say for some for Elaine. And there's this person that I've been seeing a lot more of, which I'm still weirded out by, named Kira Cat, or I'll just call her Kira for the sake of this video. That's too much to say. Playing really hard defense for Kometa and Gira, and I find it odd. Okay, so we'll talk about that later for sure. And before we start, I want to shield my Discord server. I've got one, so if you want to hang out up right there, and linked in the description below. Don't want to shield that because I want more, fun times. Just for VTubers, if you like VTubers, that's the place to be. So to preface as well, I want to say all this information is public, and I'll figure out a way. I'll link it below for you guys to find all this information that you want to see. So the first thing I want to start out with is, I guess, outcry from fans, and some have expressed to be now former fans once certain talents leave. And the first person I want to check out is a person named Natil. I think that's how it's pronounced. And they're sharing some screenshots from Gira's public server. So you're able to join that. He's linked it below in his description of his streams or videos. And I'll try to summarize these things for you. So what I find important is this image here, the screenshot, that it sounds like Gears chalking up to things just not working out. And that doesn't sound right to Natil here. And I get I'm siding with him with the way he's explaining things. Now that's bias, obviously, but things make a little more sense once we read into what he says. So if we scroll down, the summaries I'll give you is that Natil argues Miria is very passionate about what she's done in Kometa as a VTuber, an entertainer in general. And from what I saw, she put a lot of effort in things that she did as well. He's saying that she's really good at engaging with her fans, which I can see that. Despite me just being a nobody on YouTube, I feel nice when I get a little like from a VTuber, a little reply, right? That sort of stuff. It feels odd to Natil that things just not working out and she just leaves. It seems like he feels that she's someone who would try to work things out, and if things are just bad, it makes sense that she's exiting. And I respect that opinion for sure. The next person I want to actually show you guys, which kind of inspired today's video, I'll be honest, is Karsa. They made a thread here about Virgil's side. So you can see there's two sides. Hey, look, two sides of this here. And there is still a lot of fans who are like, oh, this is bad. Why are things happening? Why are you celebrating that your Oshi, your favorite character, is graduating now? And it makes some sense here once you look into things. So they take Virgil's side, and they note here, and I kind of agree, that even though they have the title of first Filipino VTuber company, there's not many achievements that seem to be outside of just regular indie groups Uh, and as far as I know, I might be wrong. So if you guys want to correct me on that, but I don't really follow the Filipino scene that much. But I'll trust Karsa on this for now. And next we'll talk about the so this is gonna be some summary about Gira himself. What is more important then is talking about broken promises. I guess you can say that. That's what a lot of people are saying. I won't say it's a promise for sure because there's no word of like promise, but there's a lot of word of intention. Um, you can see here. This is a stream of uh, Virgil's, and well, I actually have a great link. Thank you, you guys, for helping with that. I get some very helpful people helping with this video. So shout out to you guys, honestly. I don't know if you guys are comfortable with me saying your name, so like you can let me know. But they linked me to the sauce of where this was said. So you can see that accidental pinned comment from Bouville, which is an artist who has worked with Kometa, dad of Miria, and you can see down here, if I can scroll down, sorry, raising the way, but this I'll highlight here, 15k subs, milestone, I'll get you new rig on your base too. Now, I believe then beforehand there's talk about outfit, and well, if you scroll down, this was 7 months ago, we're well past 15k at this point. As you can tell, 15.6k, that's quite a bit past that. And so it doesn't seem like there was any fulfillment of I'll do this, from Gira here. So this is where I also question, like, okay, why are you making such solid statements on things that you can't follow through with? Because in Karsa's thread here, you can go down here. Gira admits, okay, we can't do this due to money, which understandable, but maybe just don't make such solid statements. It's just my opinion. Maybe don't do that. And the rest of the thread here, Karsa does talk about like a lot of things that have already happened in the past, things I've talked about as well in my own videos. However, if you want to take your own time again, I've linked all of this below. I've figured something out. I'm sure I'm going to use Pastebin or something for that. Dirty PC story on stage there, unfortunate. On live stuff, I don't remember this part. But yeah, then the whole Elaine graduation, which some of you, if you're even watching this, should be kind of familiar with at this point. If you want to check out my videos, or you can check out other coverage of it, of course, I encourage you to do so. I believe 2 other more prominent VTuber news guys have done this. So check those out for sure. And the next person I want to talk about, again, I hope you guys, I think you guys are okay with it. Because this is public. You know what? Everything's public anyways. I'm being self-conscious right now. Next, we'll have Jello Custodio. I don't know how to pronounce the name. I've always struggled with that, Mr. Sir. And if you look here, this is him saying, I was cushy, I was cool with Meta until the whole GPU thing. Now, there's mention of this office romance thing, which is at this point right now a rumor. And we'll talk about rumors later, but it's sad. And it's what's important here is this is a screenshot from the same server that Karsa has said before. And the context here feels like he's trying to reassure people in that server things are going to be okay. But where is the actual public assurance then? This, to me, does support the idea that there's a lack of communication to fans as well. Because I know Jello is a fan. Anyone in that server, a fan, right? And so, to have something exclusive like this in the server only, not so good to the public, And if this is how people find out, bad, very bad in my opinion, right? So, I do want to take the opportunity as well at this point. There's a lot of rumors going around. This includes this, office romance thing that's mentioned here. But what I've been told, what I may know, may be wrong, maybe hearsay. Well, is most likely hearsay for now until I can see more evidence. There's been a lot of other rumors about people being very schizo and saying this looks like this thing, this compared to this thing, and there's some water to it. You know, it holds some water, but there's nothing really solid yet. This is something definitely I want to talk about later on, with more evidence, or just compiling these schizos, which I would love to do eventually. Now, speaking of evidence and all that thing, fun thing that was in Kometa's court recently. If you visit their Twitter account, which I totally definitely forgot to have open right now, the latest thing that has been posted to their account is a Google thing. I can't remember, a Google Doc of some sort that takes in a survey. It's a survey, right? And they want to basically take questions from the community about everything. Now, I, at the time of this recording, reached out to Kometa Assistant about all these rumors that are going around, because I wanted to know as well, because I wanted to be on the exclusive, right, and tell you guys as well. But I got no answer. Now let me show you what I actually asked Assistant. So I said, and this is again May 23rd. You see that? Hello, thanks for your reply. Blah blah blah. I have questions to skip. I said, feel free to skip that cannot be answered. And so we'll read through it. So why was there a surprise between Miria and Virgil about the announcement of Elaine being replaced? Right? I've said that before in my own video, but I wanted to ask Assistant this, and hopefully this would have been forwarded to Gira. And news drop. It talks about potential money issues, which now has been a bit more clear, especially with that last statement from 7 months ago, or well, sometime between 7 months ago, about not being able to get a outfit for Virgil because money issues. So it's adding up a bit. So like it's going under, possible, maybe. The concerns of auditions. Now this is what's even spicier to me, right? Is like rumors of unethical things happening within Kometa staff. What does Kometa have to answer? Potential that there was an intimate relationship between staff. And this is a screenshot, short, right? But this is a trust me, bro moment of I didn't get an answer, and I'm guessing because I said, please feel free to skip any. Now, what I do want to encourage people to do with this inquiry here, right? If you want to repeat my questions, feel free to, because I'm gonna go in there and ask the same exact questions. And if you want to ask more, definitely, but I still feel a bit of cowardice in this, because is this the assurance that was spoken about earlier in that Discord thing? Because you get to pick and choose what you get to answer, right? I feel like there's already a lot of things going around that should just be addressed. Not, hey, what do they want? Okay, now what do I want to answer? So I feel like it's a bit of cowardice. Now, for the compilation of information on Kometa, I've been led to a site called LinkTree, and we'll see it in a moment here, because I want to tease, obviously. And I'll link you guys again to this thread so you can read for yourself. Now, I generally know a lot already. Like, they're saying, oh, this is Gira, these Gira's things, and it's public too. Okay, I will reiterate, all of this is public. Even the LinkTree says it's public, and so I will be skipping over the Gira part, because I think you guys can read. I have confidence you can do that. And to me, I'm sorry, it's not as interesting, because I kind of already know, right? So no offense to you guys. I want to respect your time. What I want to go over is some interesting stuff regarding staff and assistant, right, of Kometa. So the very first thing we'll go through is staff. I've highlighted these very important things here. So there's instances of Gira posting photos with staff Chan. I'll just go ahead and call her staff. And what will be very interesting is this photo here of staff in a yukata. And might I say, it's kind of weird to be posting photos of your staff like this, especially focusing on their breasts. Okay, this sounds kind of like harassment. Okay, in my opinion, it sounds like sexual harassment. Now, what's more important here is this little photo here. So if I'm sorry, Ray, you gotta go for a moment. This little comment here of his in replying of like, here you go. I'm not sure what exactly this is in response to, but I'm guessing it's because like, oh, here, breasts, booba. And I have a big photo of it. Bam. Now, what's important to check out here is this T-shirt. Now, I think it's in reference to an Idolmaster character who has that same shirt. And Kira Cat, or Kira, I mentioned earlier, linked in that same LinkTree, has a very similar shirt. Now, coincidence? Possibly. The LinkTree also mentioned saying, this person Kira, an assistant, seem to have very similar body types. Again, coincidence? Possibly. But why has Kira been playing such hard defense? You know, if you visit her Twitter account, like, it's oddly like white knighting. You know, like it's very odd to look at to me, right? That's really again, coincidence possibly. You know, I have no proof of anything right now, but a lot of coincidences just seem to be very too coincidental, too convenient. You know, so. Another thing I want to say, like this is, and I have a little notes. I'll do. Now, I sure sounded like one hell of a shill before, right? And like I said, this white knighting is a whole different level. I'm like, what's? Do you have stake in Cometa then? Is that why you're so white knighting it? Yeah, very interesting, right? So, now next up on the plate is going to be Assistant Chan. I've highlighted a few things that are very important here, but I'll show you the images that are very important upcoming here. Now, the first thing is a lot of people are believing that this assistant person is this other person named Moldy Milk, which I have actually contacted before. So I'll admit that I had some connection there. I've talked to this person before. I've gotten work from them before, and if I just am more organized, we see this photo from 3 years ago. As I said earlier in this thread, they show, public information that Gira is this guy, Dean. And if you look at this image, and then this piece of artwork here by Moldy Milk from about the same time, within the same month. Very similar reference image, right? And then another one here. What I will show you next is going to be explicit. I hopefully don't need to censor any more than I need to. It is very suggestive, even if it's already slightly censored. We have Moldy Milk's original character. I know by the hair and even this little pin, hair ornament. This character looks very similar. Really, really similar. Okay, now, maybe they don't have a connection. Okay, maybe they don't. But if true, if Assistant is Moldy Milk, it's really creepy to draw your original character and your boss. Really creepy. Like, why would you do that? That don't seem right to me at all. Okay, so yeah, very weird coincidences. If actually coincidence, things are adding up and it doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, very, very odd. So don't if you ever work for anyone, don't draw your boss in a sexual manner like this, okay? So yeah, some proof as well. I forgot to show you about Kira is voice. Now this will be linked again in the LinkTree. You can check it out yourself. But it seems like her voice is very similar to staff in the one link that you'll see. So again, take your time to do that yourself. I don't want to take up too much of time. The last thing I want to mention before I finish up for the night, I want to give some praise. Hey, some positivity here to Mr. Jay Aganoy. He is the writer for VTuber News Drop. And in this here, he does admit, I did wrong. That's what he said. Like, yeah, I did wrong. I didn't know all the story about this, and I'm very happy that to see like Virgil's like things are good. Things are good. I'm like, yeah, things are good. Because I give props to anyone who could admit their wrongs. Respect. So this is quite the spicy video, isn't it? And I want to. How do I say this? Right. Seeing Virgil and Miri again. I'm not one to reveal past lives. That's not my thing. Because there's still some respect in this, okay? But if you guys can spot patterns, you'll be on your way. You'll be on your way. And just like last time, a little simpy message to you two, Miri and Virgil. Always good to see ya. Always good to see ya. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want, again, leave your thoughts about things below. Like, what are your thoughts? How much did you already know about this? Was some of this new to you? Right? Again, Discord server up there if you want to check it out. And thank you guys for watching. And look forward to more interesting content around Prometa from me. I don't know when. It'll come. I'll see you guys then.